Welcome to the Economic Times National Governance Summit. I am Arpit Gupta. I am live from Hotel Hyatt Regency, New Delhi. And joining me is a very special guest, Mr. Saurabh Tiwari, who is the Joint Secretary in the Cabinet Secretariat, Government of India. So thank you for joining us. Sir, our today's theme of the conference is Reimagining Next in GovTech. As we are in 2023, in your opinion, how we can accelerate the digital empowerment of citizens, and as we are in Amrit Kal, so we are targeting for 2047. So what are some of the suggestions you would like to give for accelerating the digital adoption?
Uh, for accelerating the digital adoption, the basic thing is that digital literacy is the key. And how do we achieve digital literacy? The young learn on their own because they are exposed to the digital world, the digital devices, the digital ecosystem, and that accelerates the learning. And the challenge lies for those who somehow missed on the digital revolution, and they find themselves in very unfamiliar territory. So the best case scenario which I find is that if the digital products are such which have ease of use, which are useful, and which basically attract those who are left out, that is the best way forward. So given that we are already on the cusp of 5G, which is going to change entertainment in a big way by fast streaming, reducing the latency times. So entertainment could be one of the drivers, and more than that, the way the digital platforms have taken over, for instance, making a video call, making a small clips, etc. They are also getting the attention of those who were left out, and they can be put on the system. The second is that the device ecosystem has also to be developed so that it is affordable, and once it is affordable, then the whole process gets a kickstart, and we move towards the next stage of the digital paradigm.
You talked about digital public goods. India has already developed Aadhaar, UPI, now CoWIN also. That's why the DVT kind of mission has become a huge success. I would like to understand what are some of the areas where the government should invest, keeping technological challenges in mind, where the investment should go. And also, I would like to know a lot of cases of cyber security, cyber attacks are happening in India. So how we can avoid such situation? What should be the cyber security strategy?
See, the technology stack, other than the public digital goods you mentioned, Aadhaar, we have a banking system which is getting more and more digitized. You have the communication system, basically powered by the mobiles and the internet. Those are the things which are coming up through the public-private partnership also, and some of them in the public domain also. For instance, Aadhaar is something which has been fully funded by the government because that is a digital identity that every citizen or every person who is living for any length of time in the country is being provided. So we have to move in tandem, and of course, the money has to go where it is the most required. And as far as government spending is concerned, we have to identify those digital public goods which are uh, public, more public in the nature that the state's investment is a sine qua non in order to get them established. For the others, of course, we have the private partnerships also.
In light of the pandemic-like situation, which is unprecedented, what do you feel that how can we become the global leader in terms of digital adoption? And what are some of the lessons that we learned during the 2 years of pandemic?
In my estimation, we are already the digital leaders. You see the number of digital transactions that are taking place, especially in the financial domain. So we are amongst the top in the world. So that position having been secured, we have to move in a direction where number one, the digital transactions become more secure, and number two, we have to take a big step towards cyber frauds, because many of the frauds that are taking place today are leveraging the existing digital technology but in the other direction. So our law enforcement agencies, our privacy laws, our data security, they have to be in sync with the development of the cyber frauds, so that we can nip them in the bud. Because once the credibility of the digital transactions are shaken, then the public might lose interest in that. So it's very important that we keep the credibility of these transactions very high by firewalling any attempts to use fraud, etc., to derail it.
Thank you for sharing these thoughts with us. Stay tuned for more such updates from the Economic Times National Governance Summit New Delhi. Thank you so much.